Stanislav, I'm from the European Union, from whatever country in Europe that is. What is the wait time for me to expect to get my EB-3 visa? Today we're going to be discussing this topic and many more that have to do with EB-3 visa. Let's go! Hello my dear friends, I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. We're going to be talking about this very important topic if you have an employer in the US who is willing to sponsor your EB-3 visa, and I'm going to explain what to expect from this process. At the end of this video, you'll be able to learn how to get a free evaluation for your EB-3 visa. But before we begin, guys, smash that like button because you love the content that I prepare for you. And I like when you give me some love and some respect. It's easy for you and means a lot for me. So smash that like button. Alright, let's take a step back and remember what is EB-3 visa. EB-3 is a third category of employment-based visas that lead to the green card for you and your family. Who is your family? You, your spouse, and your children below 21 years old who are not married. Meaning that once you get the approval for EB-3 visa, all of these people can become the green card holders. Now, what are the bottom line criteria for EB-3 to be approved? Number one, you have an employer in the US. And the owners of this company are not your relatives, and you do not hold more than 5% in this entity. Number two, this company must have the financial ability to pay you the prevailing wage. What is prevailing wage? That's the amount of money that the Department of Labor determined needs to be paid for this position for this particular company in this geographical location. More on this a little bit later. And of course, your work experience, your education, and all other requirements need to match the ones that are in the prevailing wage in the description of the position. So basically, this is it. The requirements are very easy. However, the process itself is a little bit more complicated. So now, once we know there is a company that cannot find a US employee who is willing to work for the salary that's offered and has the skill set that's required by the position. So once we know there is a company like this, we need to file a prevailing wage documents with the Department of Labor. What's in that document? Well, the document has the minimum requirement for this position, like education, the work experience, certifications, and things like that. This process takes about 7 to 8 months to get that paper back from the Department of Labor with a salary. That's going to be 30,000, 50, 60, 70. The more we ask for in the terms of the requirements, the higher the salary is going to be. Once we know the salary, the company must start the recruitment process, which consists of advertising the position through different medium. And once we get all the resumes, if there are any, and see if they fit the minimum requirement, the company has to go through the interview process and determine if there is a willing and able American who can take this job, and if there is none, or those that do not fit the position, then the company should file for labor certification. And that process is going to take about also 8 months, and recruitment is about 3 months altogether. So if you add up those months together, we are about 1.5 years plus minus 2 months. So that's the time when we can file Form I-140. That's the immigration form. And that's where we need to show that the company has the ability to pay whatever the DOL mentioned in the prevailing wage. So let's say the salary was $60,000 for the manager in a restaurant, and we need to show by the tax declarations that the company has the ability, the net income, to pay the salary, or that company has the assets that are enough to pay this salary. And of course, we need to attach all the resumes and your education records and everything that will show that you match the description of the job offer. Now, we file it and get it approved. And finally, we get to the point where I can answer your question, Stanislav, but what's my wait time? Because I'm from Europe, from Germany, from France, from UK, from Slovakia, whatever the country that is. The answer to this question lies in the visa bulletin. You guys must know what visa bulletin is. That's the document that explains the availability of the green cards for the certain category of employment-based visas. For example, as of today, the day when I'm recording this video, the final action date, meaning that the visa is going to be available for EB-3 category for Europeans. And mind that there is no separate category for Europeans. The Europeans fall within the common category for all other countries. The priority date for EB-3 skilled employees, meaning with education or more than 2 years of experience, is November 2022. Meaning that those labor certifications that were filed on or before that date can proceed with the green card issuance. So if your perm certification was filed in October 2022, September 2022 or earlier, you can go through the adjustment of status process if you are in the US, or get your interview scheduled with the embassy. Okay, with the US Embassy in your country. So let's say your petition, your I-140 was approved today. And let's say today is March 2024. If we go back about 8 months from today, which would be more or less July of 2023, that's likely your priority date, not the date when your I-140 was filed. As for example goes with EB-1A, EB-2 in IW, and many other petitions like EB-5 too. But EB-3 works a little bit different. It looks at the date when perm was filed. Your perm was filed about July 2023 in this hypothesis, and the priority date is November 2022. You will be waiting approximately 7 to 9 months until your visa becomes available. The wait time for Europeans, if you guys got approved today. This system is very volatile, so the waiting time can decrease, may increase, but if you take this hypothesis as an example, you need to understand that once you get your I-140 approved, you should wait anywhere between 6 to 12 months before you get your visa. Okay, and provided that you already went through the year and a half, maybe 2 years process to get I-140 filed. So the whole process can be anywhere between 2 and 3 years from the beginning of filing of the prevailing wage document till getting your visa and the passport or adjusting your status. For example, in February of 2022, I started the process for one of the companies in the US for the position of the designer. We went through the whole process, and the beneficiary, the employer, was in the US in the beginning of 2024, and that was the time, January 2024, when we were able to file I-140 and 485, the change of status. She was lucky, she got it a little bit faster than expected, because that particular month, USCIS allowed to file the adjustment of status petitions not by final action date, which is one of the dates in the visa bulletin, but by the date for filing. Date for filing is a different table in the visa bulletin that's a little bit closer by the dates to the today's date. And sometimes USCIS allows to file the paperwork using that better date for the employer and employee. So right now, this lady is expecting to get her green card. If you guys want to know if you qualify for this type of visa, EB-3 skilled or unskilled employees, you should get a free evaluation. What's that process? You need to go down below this video, fill out the form that I prepared for you, and within 2 days I will get back to you and let you know if you have the initial qualification for this visa and if you have the potential in your petition. Don't waste your time. Go right now, fill out the form, and I will be back with you in a couple of days. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Smash that like button and a bell button not to miss the 2 videos that I release every week. I also have the Instagram, TikTok and Facebook. All the links are going to be in the description of this video. My name is Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.